Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Stéphane Bress, and this is my colleague, Romain Pilar. We are application engineer at Teledyne e2v, and we are here to introduce for the first time the latest Teledyne e2v analog to digital converter. This component, the EV12PS640, is a proof of concept built to validate and anticipate our future development and to execute our strategy towards direct microwave digitization. This device is composed of an organic substrate and of 3 dies. 2 EV12AQ600 dies, which is an already existing product, and 1 dedicated front-end sampler, which is a new development. This device takes benefit of co-design techniques as well as in-house assembly capabilities to enable direct sampling of wide input bandwidth analog signals of 30 GHz. This is the first step before the next generation of wideband analog to digital converter to extend the performance of broadband satellite communication, test systems, and spectrum awareness system, to name few applications. So, Romain, what can you tell us about the setup we have in front of us? What do we have on this board?
Sure. So we have 2 boards, as you can see. One is the FPGA board that is collecting the data coming out of the A2D converter. Here is the FPGA, so Kintex UltraScale KU085 from Xilinx. This board is the data converter board. So you have the EV12PS640 under the fan here. On the board you have 2 main connectors, one for the input clock and one for the analog input signal. I have to notice here that for the first time we are introducing a data converter having single-ended inputs in order to ease the interface with the RF systems, to facilitate its integration into the 50 ohm, the classical 50 ohm characteristic impedance system. In order to evaluate the A2D converter, we have equipments provided by Rohde & Schwarz, so 2 signal generators, one for the clock signal. We are using a clock signal up to 12 GHz, and a signal generator for the analog input, so up to the Ka band. Between the 2 boards, there are 16 coax cables in order to send the digital data between the A2D converter to the FPGA. So these links are the high-speed serial lanes supported by the EasyStream communication protocol with data throughput up to 12.8 gigasamples or gigabit per second.
So, Romain, now that all is set to run the analog to digital converter, can you show us some performance over several frequency bands? For example, C, X, Ku, and Ka band.
Sure, no problem. But I have to first let the audience know that for the clarity of the demonstration purpose, I have pre-configured the device. By pre-configuration, I mean offset, gain, and phase delay adjustments of the internal A2D converter, the EV12AQ600. Also, some sampling delay adjustment between the two dies. Let me first introduce the user interface here, on which, so this is the acquisition tab, on which you have to configure the clock frequency. Here it is set at 11 GHz. This is the number of samples per core used for the fast Fourier transform analysis. This is the input signal that is used for computation of performance. And this is the selection of measurements coming out of the different cores. The plots can be visualized in time domain, as you can see here, as well as in the spectral domain, in the frequency domain. So here with the Nyquist zone extending from DC to 5.5 GHz. So here the first frequency at 7 GHz is generated by the signal generator, and we can see here the plot folded back into the first Nyquist zone, so with the fundamental tone at 7.05 gigahertz, and you can see the second and third harmonics of the signal. So I can show you some performance metrics. For example, here in this table, you can see the SFDR, or spurious-free dynamic range, around 48 dB relative to the carrier. Also, the SNR is plotted here, 30 dB, 37 dB. Now I will move up in the frequency to show you the X band, so around 10 gigahertz. Now I've changed the frequency on the signal generator at 10 gigahertz. You can see here the input tone at 10 gigahertz. Just to realize the time domain signal. And in terms of spectrum, here you can see the fundamental tone has moved here at 1 gigahertz, so folded back from 10 gigahertz. You can see here the second harmonic at 55 dB from the full scale. In terms of performance, the SFDR is still around 48, 49 dB relative to the carrier. Now let me move to a higher frequency in the KU band. So in the KU band, the input signal is here at 12.1 gigahertz. The acquisition is launched. Here is the spectrum. So you see the update of the fundamental tone folded from the 12.1 gigahertz with the harmonics, again, H2 and the third harmonic at 58 dB relative to the full scale. In terms of performance, the SFDR here is around 52 dB relative to the carrier. Then I will move to the KA band. So in the last frequency I will show is in the KA band, so with an input signal at 28 gigahertz. So here the acquisition is launched and the spectrum plot is shown here. So you have the fundamental tone here folded back at 5 gigahertz and with the harmonics, a third harmonic making the spurious-free dynamic range of around 54 dB relative to the full scale. In terms of performance, I can show you again the SFDR. So the SFDR is around 48 dB relative to the carrier. We have an SNR of still 34 dB, a total harmonic distortion of minus 47 dBc.
Thank you, Romain. You have presented a very exciting analog to digital converter. This is the first Ka-band sampling analog to digital converter on the market. Of course, this is a proof of concept at this stage, but the team is already on track on the development of the next generation of products based on the lesson learned from this concept. To summarize, we have the first proof of concept analog digital converter capable of sampling microwave signals directly in the Ka-band. This will dramatically simplify future wideband communication system or RF test systems. Thank you, Romain.